Hi, I'm Marky.
And I'm Freddy.
Welcome to another week of deals. Our promise is to help you find the best games at the best possible price. We already did the search for you and looked into the best deals this week.
For this week, we found great deals on Microsoft Store, Amazon, and Best Buy. We looked into Target and GameStop, but we didn't find good deals that are worth mentioning. Before we start, please remember to give us a like if you enjoy the video, subscribe, and click the bell icon for notification. It will help our channel grow. All right, with that being said, let's get started. The first game we have for this week is The Sinking City for $10 at the Microsoft Store, dropping all the way from regular price of $25. The Sinking City is an open-world action-adventure game that takes place in the 1920s. You'll be a detective that is investigating the hallucinations that happen among the citizens of the city after it got hit by a flood. The story is very interesting and full of mystery. The more you invest time talking to different characters and paying attention to the little details, the more evidence you collect. The more you will understand the story, and this will ultimately help you make better decisions that will change the outcome of the game. Therefore, there is a great sense of achievement in every step you take whenever you try to solve a puzzle or locate the possible criminal positions on the map after you use all the clues that you collected. However, the game has some downside. One of them is the shooting mechanic that seems to be broken or belong to the early 2000s. This is because your character will move awkwardly while you're aiming, and a lot of times you will find yourself choosing to run away rather than choosing to fire at somebody. Also, the characters that are not related to the story will be wandering without a destination in the streets, and they won't even react or care if a crime happened in front of them. I would only recommend this game if you enjoy genre of games that will require you to think and connect the dots to solve a mystery, and for $10 the price is very fair for it. But if you don't have the energy for a lot of dialogue or going back and forth over a large distance, then skip this game and see what other games we have for you.
Well, if the Sinking City is not for you and you're looking around for games, I have quite a doozy for you, and that is Witcher 3 Complete Edition. Now you're thinking Witcher 3 Complete Edition, that's going to be what? 40 bucks, 50 bucks, maybe 60 still? No. If you're shopping around at Best Buy, we've got you covered. It's all the way down to $16.99, and I'm going to tell you exactly how great of a deal that is. For those who haven't heard, and you'll hear it a lot if you've been paying attention to the best games of the last generation lists or videos on YouTube that you've seen. It's one of the most highly anticipated and critically acclaimed games that have come out in the last 10, 15 years. It's an immense and beautiful RPG, taking the place of playing the main character, rather, of Geralt, a witcher who can hunt down supernatural creatures, but through that finds a lot of different world situations and crazy situations, both funny and dramatic, for you to get into. There's so much to explore, and the complete edition comes with a bunch of DLC, from small things to costumes to great big things like 2 full-on expansions that double or triple the amount of content, weapons and gear you can find, and monsters to fight. $17 essentially, under 20 bucks, to grab one of the most highly acclaimed games of the last generation. If you haven't tried it, please pick it up as soon as possible, and even better, if you're preparing to get a hold of the next generation systems and you own a physical copy, or heck, even digital, of Witcher 3, you'll be getting a free next gen upgrade once it goes live, meaning you'll be able to take place of faster frame rates, faster load times, beautiful visuals with ray tracing, and a whole bunch more. So you get to experience the game in a fresh new light if you played it already, or experience a fantastic adventure for the first time. So what are you waiting for?
Yeah, Marky, you always tell me to start playing Witcher 3, but I have not. And no wonder, I heard great things also about the story, and Netflix, no wonder, decided to make it the series.
Let me move on to our next game, which is Yakuza Like a Dragon. This one's sitting pretty over at Amazon. Normally $60. It's a game that just came out, but I got you at $31.99. Now, Yakuza Like a Dragon did something a little bit unexpected. Being the 7th entry in a long-running series of brawler games, this one actually takes things a bit differently and goes for a little more of a classic turn-based RPG style. However, the visuals and actual gameplay of the game are anything but retro. It's that turn-based style, but it goes completely wacky and crazy and allows you to experiment and strategize in ways that you probably wouldn't think before. in a lot of RPGs. What with the modern city setting as opposed to something fantasy out of Square Enix or something like that. It's important to note though that Yakuza does have a long history of fun characters and silly situations, but it is not required to play all of them just to enjoy Like a Dragon. You can start completely fresh from this one. And for long-running Yakuza fans, they've actually been really adaptive to the game. You'd think that with such a change in gameplay style, there'd be a lot more hesitancy. And to be fair, there might still be. But overall, the fans have been receiving it well because you just can't beat that Yakuza charm. A lot of the future Yakuza games straight from the creator's mouth are supposedly going to stick around as a turn-based style. Whereas if you're looking for more of the brawlers, we've got the Judgment and the upcoming Lost Judgment to look forward to. But this one's more about Yakuza. It's a completely different main character and a different cast of other side characters, but of course, what's Yakuza without a few wacky situations? And there's plenty to pick from here. You've got quite an endearing story with endearing characters, and you get to experience it all for just $32. So add it to your collection as soon as possible. Got a few honorable mentions for you before we head off. We've got our first Cyberpunk 2077 over at Best Buy, $25.99. Now, we'll say it real quick because I don't have time for it. There's a lot of problems that have now been fixed with the game. It's prepping for a next-gen upgrade, so if you still want to experience a Cyberpunk story, you can get it real cheap right now and prep yourself for the upcoming next-generation version. And also, another honorable mention is actually 4 titles of the EA Sports variety. All of them have gone down to $19.99 because we're all preparing for the next wave of 22 titles. Specifically, the first one that was already announced is Madden 22. But FIFA 21, Madden 21, NHL 21, and NBA 2K21. These are all down to $19.99 at various digital retailers and physical retailers as well. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, whatever you got. So you can go digital, you can go physical, whatever you prefer. They're all universally down at $19.99. So you can grab these and get your roster, your ultimate team, whatever you need ready for the next iteration. I know a lot of sports fans are always looking for good deals to get a hold of these games to keep it as simple as possible. So this is the best way to do it, and you get yourself ready for the next generation of games.
I would like also to mention, even if the new titles for EA is released, they will be at $60, and that not the price we would ever recommend to pay for a game. I usually wait for these titles until Black Friday kicks in, and usually I get them for around $30, maybe $25. So if you want a sports game, it's not late to buy one, considering that you might not get the upgrade until maybe late November. By the way, if you have Amazon Prime, you get monthly rewards for Ultimate Teams, free packs every month or sometimes every week. So make sure you check those because they are free and usually they cost money. People pay a lot of money for those.
We hope you enjoyed the video. Before you go, don't forget to give us a like, hit subscribe, click the bell icon for notifications so that you can stay on top of the most recent deals, but it'll also help our channel grow.
Also, let us know in the comment below if you played any of the games we mentioned. Or another suggestion if you have for us to change our contents or the way we do things. Please, your feedback is highly appreciated. Thank you, and be sure to check our channel next week for more deals.
See you next week.